Should we have a tip of the day? Things you should and shouldn't do. Here's one for you. If you're a fake conservative, don't go on Tucker Carlson's show, because you will be roasted. You will be an individual who comes out extra crispy on the other side, as happened last night with somebody called Asa Hutchinson, the governor of Arkansas. If you missed it, if you're not a cable TV watcher, let me start with the real news. I'm Sebastian Gorka. This is America First, the Salem Radio Network. We have an incredible show for you today. A whole hour with my colleague and mentor, Dennis Prager, on what it's going to take to rebuild the right and keep MAGA alive. Our West Coast warrior princess, Jennifer Horn, you're not going to believe who wants to run for governor in California. We'll be analyzing the latest breaking news. Former Chief of Staff to President Trump, Mark Meadows, in this hour, and then gonzo guerrilla journalist Army Horowitz on what Black America really thinks about the Democrats who say they're too stupid to get a driver's license. But here's the news. This is from Arkansas Online, and it's good. It warms the cockles of your heart. If you don't know what cockles are, look it up. Rachel Herzog, the Arkansas legislature has overturned Governor Asa Hutchinson's veto of a ban on gender-affirming care for transgender youth. Oh my gosh, could you be more politically correct? Gender-affirming care. Cutting your penis off or being filled with estrogen is not gender-affirming care, Rachel Herzog. It is mutilation of minors. It is child abuse. Chemical castration is not gender affirmation. A majority of both chambers voted to override the governor on Tuesday afternoon. The Senate voted 25-8, and the House voted 72-25 to override Asa Hutchinson's veto. Now, what is the story? What is the deeper story? Here we have it. House Bill 1570 from Representative Robin Lundstrom, Republican, Elm Springs, bans certain surgeries and hormone treatments for people under the age of 18. Why would anyone think that a minor should undergo gender-bending surgeries and chemical castrations? Asa Hutchinson wanted to veto these protections, saying on Monday that this legislation is an overreach into the relationship between doctors and patients. Where have you heard that before? Have you heard that before? Does the phrase Roe v. Wade come up, possibly? When the government injected itself into the relationship, saying some spurious concept of private information means you can abort an unborn child. We've heard phrases like this before. It wasn't true then, and it's not true now. Asa Hutchinson had a reputation as a conservative. Not anymore, because of what happened last night when he said, conservatives shouldn't protect little children. This is the end of his career live on television. Eric, play cut 3.
Where are we getting back to the limited role of government, that we don't have to invoke ourselves in every societal position out there? Let's limit the role of government. Let's let parents and doctors make decisions.
Then why don't we allow 18-year-olds to drink beer in Arkansas? Why don't we allow them to get tattoos? Why don't we allow 15-year-olds to get married? You vetoed a bill that would have protected children, not adults, children, to whom a different standard applies, from a life-altering permanent procedure that has effects we can only guess at, but the early indication is they're very serious and very negative in some cases. And now you're telling me you do that because you're a friend of limited government? Okay, then why are we preventing kids from drinking? Sincere question. Or getting married? Sincere question. Having sex. They're not old enough to have sex, but they're old enough to be chemically castrated? How does that work exactly? I'll listen as you explain.
Well, thank you, Tucker. And first of all, these are difficult decisions. Do you want to listen to the medical profession? Do you want to listen to professional counselors? Do you want to listen to parents? Or do you want to leave all these decisions to the legislators that come from all different kinds of background? Yes, they're elected to represent you, but they do not necessarily make the right judgments for parents and for doctors in the most sensitive issues.
Did you hear what he said at the end? It's fascinating. Do you want to listen to the medical professionals, what like Dr. Fauci, that kind of medical professional, as opposed to, you know, the decisions of a legislature where people come from various backgrounds? Oh, what are those backgrounds that are problematic, Governor Hutchinson? Are they too white? Or are they too heterosexual? Are they cisgender normative heterosexual? Is that why in this one issue they shouldn't be allowed to represent the people of Arkansas who elected them? No. We can protect children from sex, from incest, from drugs, from alcohol, from pederasty. No, but when it comes to lopping off their sexual organs and filling them with chemicals to create a hormonal imbalance that they're not supposed to have naturally, well, let's forget the protections that we provide them on all of those other issues. You are a fake conservative. And if you listen to his answers, he's not a very smart person either. One last nail in the coffin of Asa Hutchinson's political career. Cut 4.
You've said that you've seen research that shows the mental health of children who receive puberty-blocking drugs improves. What is that research exactly?
Well, the research that I've seen shows that these troubled youth, these ones that have gender dysphoria, that they also have depression, they have suicidal tendencies. It's a higher suicide rate than others. And they go to their parents, the parents go to doctors, and they try to deal with this very difficult issue. I don't think we should deny them health care.
Hold on. I'm sorry. You're the governor. You just vetoed this bill. You said you're familiar with the studies. No one disputes that children who are asking for puberty-blocking drugs or been recommended to their parents or doctors may be depressed. That seems very likely. I think the studies show it. Cite one specific study that shows puberty-blocking drugs improves the condition. Does it make children less depressed? Does it make them less likely to harm themselves, to commit suicide? Just name one study that shows that, please.
Well, I would refer you to the American Academy of Pediatrics. I would refer you to the physicians that came out in opposition to this bill.
Just one study. Just one. But you can't, because there isn't one. Here's the fact of the matter. More than 40% of those people who declare themselves as transgender contemplate or attempt suicide. What happens to that child who does something to their body they can never change again and then has suicidal thoughts? Stand up to the rhinos. Your career is done. You're toast. You're over. Now more than ever, stand up for the truth and protect the most vulnerable, starting with our children, including the unborn.